So everybody, welcome to the American Society of Dowsers April 20th workshop featuring Gale West, who's going to talk to us about Money Come Dance With Me, which is not just the subject of this meeting, but also the title of the book that she just wrote. And since almost all of you are members of the ASD, I assume you know what ASD does. What Gale's going to talk to us about tonight is that, as we've been alluding to, an awful lot of the challenges that we have with money come from our ancestors. And so to have a great relationship with money, which is what Gale's work is all about, she's going to help us clear some of those. Okay, so take it away, Gale.
Okay, I gotta unmute myself. Hello. I'm so happy to be here. Now I've got to do the share screen thing. And let me see my slideshow. I don't.
You just unshared.
Oh, I just.
So just do the same thing, one less keystroke.
Okay, share. Okay. Now this is up over here. Okay, so a bunch of you have seen the book. It's been featured. So welcome to Money Come Dance With Me. I am Gale West, as Mark shared, and I have been communicating with the consciousness of money for the last decade in the Akashic Records. For those of you who don't know what the Akashic Records are, for those of us who are dowsers, we have access tools to information on the other realms, but the Akashic Records is a specific access tool, which I've learned and been doing since 1998, and I use a prayer to access I tell my students it's kind of the Google of the universe. So, and what I have found is that it's a dynamic living force field of love, connecting peoples, places, and cultures. And this is a painting that I did of I saw the divine essence of money, and it was this amazing being that was filaments of light, and it was moving around, and when it moved, it was radiating speckles of gold dust. It was just and each one of us has a money guide, and hopefully we'll get a chance to connect to that. But this is the divine essence of money, which is connected to divine source. And it is quite a powerful painting. So as Mark said, I'm hoping tonight to be able to help you identify ancestral burdens and clear them. And if we have time, to connect to money as a guide and friend. So as I said earlier, for those of you who are on the call, I've been dowsing since the early 80s. I got a lot of background in dowsing, and I've got about lots and lots of experience in multiple healing modalities, internal family systems, Hakomi mind-body therapy, clinical hypnosis, Akashic Records teacher and consultant. I've taught business in China and the States, trained with shamans around the world. I was a former psychotherapist in private practice and an artist. And now I primarily work with entrepreneurs, creatives, and healers, specializing in healing money and success. So I was living in China, as I said before, and teaching business. And when I came back, I started working with entrepreneurs. I had, and there was something missing when we were talking about their business, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And one day I came across, this quote by Erwin Laszlo, who is a physicist, and he writes a lot about the Akashic Records. And he said that consciousness is present in the mineral kingdom, in living world, in the social and ecological systems constituted by human beings. And that was like a huge aha to me, because I thought, whoa, I wonder if businesses have a consciousness. So I reached out to the people that I was working with, and I said, do you mind if I open the Akashic Records of your soul and of your business. And they're, sure, why not? And amazingly, businesses started talking to me. And they were frustrated. They felt like they were stifled by the owners. Businesses want to grow. They want to flourish. And one of the things that I realized that a lot of the issues that people were having had to do with their issues around money. So I thought that I would open up the Akashic Records of money. And I did that one morning. I started out with money, how do you grow? And I heard this amazing thing talking about investments and Costa Rica and da, 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 da. But one of the things that I thought was really fascinating was, this is the quote from Money: "It is wrong to think that I do not have a consciousness. I do. I am more than just energy transferred. I want to grow. I want to flow. I want to be an agent for good." That was a huge aha for me. And I started getting up every morning and talking to the consciousness of money. And money started telling me how messed up I was around my own relationship to receiving. It started working with helping me heal, not only just about money, but about what I was asking for in life. And it was telling me how my receiving channels are pretty messed up. And so it was really kind of a relationship that was with a friend and a guide. And one day I woke up and I was talking to money, and I heard the predominant matrix of humanity has been domination and greed, and I have been aligned with that. The new matrix of humanity is collaboration and generosity. I want to be aligned with that. Can you please help me? And when I say these words, and this was 10 years ago, I still get teary, because what it says to me was that money is holding the shadow of the human race. We've projected so much of our pain and suffering and sorrow onto money, and it is not money's fault. Money is not the evil, but it is the pure expression of divine love in the marketplace. And just kind of holding that energy of money is not evil, but if it could be its pure expression, it would be divine love in the marketplace. So that's money's story. But then we have all these other stories. So one of the things that I say in my book is money has been wounded as much as we have been wounded by money. So we have the stories of the collective. So this is in my book, I talk about all these different stories. So one is the stories of the collective. And those are depression. And I don't think we realize how much depression energy is still in the collective field in America. A lot of our ancestors have gone through the depression, who were here in America, but it was crushing, it was brutal. But then there's war, inequity, collective definitions of success, like who's valued and who isn't valued. All of those things are a part of the stories of the collective. And one of the reasons I agreed, money chose me. I did not choose money, and I fought it for quite a while. But then I realized that I'm really, really passionate about healing trauma in the collective. And money and our collective definition of success is one of the biggest sources of trauma. And if we as spiritual people, and that's one of the reasons why so many people that are spiritual have a difficult time with money, because it has been aligned with that energy of greed. But as more of us spiritual people who care, heal our relationship with money, free it, and allow it to be its pure divine potential, it can be that, and it can heal the planet. So then we have our ancestral stories, and those are the ones that are really, really affect us. Now, granted, some of the people before we got on the official call at 7 o'clock, 7:02, were talking about past lives. that is a whole nother thing that I'm not going to get into, because when people come to work with me, the first thing we do is identify ancestral stories, because it is not your job to carry the trauma of your tribe. And one of the things that it's really important is to heal your tribe. You've come here to rise above your tribe. But most of what we hold is from our ancestors. So then we have the childhood stories, which are deeply, deeply influenced by the general feeling in the home, and our ancestors' stories, which were deeply influenced by their stories. So a lot of what we get, so basically a lot of your money stories are not yours, and yet they are deeply embedded in your DNA. So change your stories, change your life. And a lot of it, what we know from our parents actually comes from our grandparents and their parents. So what I'm going to ask us to do now is take some time. We're going to take a little bit of time exploring your own ancestral story. So I'm going to give you about 2-3 minutes to really think about the general feeling of money in your life, and life itself. Like, life is struggle, life is hard. The things my mother used to say, this is a vale of tears. Yeah, so that tells you about her thing about life. And did your parents or grandparents go through trauma such as depression, war, genocide? Somebody beforehand was talking about attitudes they had about people that had money. So think about the things that people would say about people that had money. Like, where did you get the energy around people that have money or bad? Was there poverty? Was there struggle? So as you go really deep, think of your own symptoms, feelings, and possible beliefs that may have come from your ancestors. Now, some of you may not have been raised by parents. And so think of your primary caregivers and what they might have. So we're going to take about 2-3 minutes to go through this, so that those of you who are introverts can really kind of go inside and ponder that. And then we'll get a chance to share with a partner. So Mark, can you give us some, yeah, and some music for a few minutes? Get the.
If I do music, I think you're going to lose your slide.
Okay, then not. We won't have music, sorry.
Unless somebody wants me to sing. I don't think that's a good idea.
Okay. So just taking a moment, because we're going to be doing, we're going to be clearing later, doing some clearing work. So you're timing, Mark? Okay. Okay, that's about 3 minutes. I'm sure you could go even deeper into that. So one of the things you're going to be able to do is get a chance to share with somebody else. And sometimes, I don't know about you, but I'm an extrovert, so I need to talk about stuff. So these are instructions. So you're going to be with a partner. So pick somebody to be the timer, and each person's going to have 4 minutes. So decide who's going to go first. And so person A will share what they know about their ancestors and feelings about money, anything that is going to help you get clear about some of the energies that you're holding. And person B, just witness with compassion, and you can ask questions if you want. And then after 4 minutes, go ahead and switch, and person B shares and person A will witness, and then we'll come back. So any questions about that? Any questions? Yep. So Mark will put you into breakouts, and see you in about
8 minutes.
8 minutes. Or 9 minutes, because you need time to figure out who's going to be who. I'm not joining a room.
I'll put you in one.
You're inviting me to join room 12. Are people going away? Why aren't people not going away? What's wrong? I have 4 people on my screen, 3 people.
Hi guys. So yeah, so would you guys like to go first? I actually didn't do the exercise, so you can each go and I'll listen.
Mark, these people are not in rooms. Wait a minute. Can you put them in a room? Oh,
No, keep going. Keep going, Diane. That's okay.
for those of you who are not in a room, you need to join the room, or you're not going to get in. And please join the room.
Hey Diane, you got muted somehow. Can you unmute yourself? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Was I supposed to be joining something?
Mhm.
Well, how do I get in there?
Okay. You go ahead, Leroy. Let's hear yours.
There was nobody in my room but me.
Oh, that
I was
was,
number 8,
who are you?
Karen Berkey.
Karen. Okay. Thank you for sharing. Okay. I'm here. I'll speak to you.
Oh,
Hi, it's Gale. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
So I said, okay, why don't you go ahead and talk?
Okay, so these are the stories.
Yeah.
Okay. So some of them I got were, oops, wrong page. Money won't buy your happiness. Money is the root of all evil.
That's a good one.
People with money are controlling and manipulative.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, good. Well, Gail will help you.
people with money don't care about anything but money or what it can buy them.
Gail will help you clear all this.
I can't find enough money, or I can't do it because I don't have enough money. Let's see. You're a failure if you don't make a lot of money.
Oh, I see, Karen. You paired with somebody, but they're not actually there.
Unless you work hard for it, it isn't right. And you won't have any money unless you work hard for it. That's all I could think of.
You paired with somebody, but it seems like they're not really there.
I'm sure there's more.
So, in that exercise, what did you come up in terms of?
Okay. Okay, good. So there's other people that didn't have a group. Does anybody else want to share? There's Juan Pablo Murphy. So Karen, are you finished?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Anybody else? Denise, Lucas? There's an iPad.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you see me? I'm on
Yeah,
an
I
iPad.
can. I can.
I usually use the computer. Okay. So I was in the breakout room and I was all by myself. So
well, I don't know. Yeah. So some people just didn't join the breakout room. I'm so sorry.
Okay, that's okay. I know it's confusing. So we're just sharing. It sounds like we're just sharing some of the stuff we came up with.
Yeah.
So my grandparents came from Italy on both sides and came to this country, and well, some of them actually moved to Venezuela. So working hard for what you have, trying to hold on to what you have, and struggle. There was always the talk about how there's struggle and you must strive, and money doesn't grow on trees. Money's hard to come by. Sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do in order to have money.
Anything else you recall from your tribe or growing up?
It talks about planning for your future and security and safety. So piling up the money so that you feel safe. Those were my messages. Yeah.
Cool. So we have Diana, Lisa Peterson. Are you there? Sorry, are you complete?
I'm good.
I am.
Oh, sorry.
Lisa?
Hi. I actually was in a breakout group. So if someone else wants to share.
You were in a breakout group? Okay. Yep. And who else didn't? So that's you, Karen. I see you on the bottom. Who else wants to speak? So Denise, were you able to? I don't see you. Okay, I don't think so. Does anybody? So Lisa, you shared. Does anybody else want to share that didn't get to share? So one of the things that I said was, I didn't get the money was the root of all evil. I got that, as I said before, life is a vale of tears. So pleasant, so pleasant. Yeah. So the idea of living in joy and delight was not part of my childhood. So, or dancing with money were always something. And supposedly my mother died from choking on a piece of meat, having a conversation with money with my stepfather. So there you go. It's all good. So how are we for time?
Everybody's coming back.
Okay, people are coming back. Oh, okay.
You should make your slides full screen.
Yeah. Slideshow.
Okay. And I know there are a number of people that were in breakout rooms where there was somebody there, but not really. So I'm sorry there wasn't an easy way to solve that problem. And there will still be more. You'll be able to transcend that. No worries.
Okay. Until people come
and where I got Stockport in the
Awesome. You are.
mute them.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to do some clearing. You guys got some good information, yeah, about your ancestors?
Yes.
So we're going to start by using what's called an ancestral grace point. And this is a point that actually, you're not going to, it looks like I'm pressing really hard. That is my finger, my hands. You are not pressing really hard. You're just holding that point very gently. And this allows you to release energy that is locked in your field from your bodies and to release that energy out. And so we're going to do that. So if you
Excuse
hold
me, I'm on the phone, so I can't see what point you're holding. Would you be willing to describe it?
Oh, sure. I'm sorry. So it's that webbing between the finger and the thumb, the first finger and the thumb, that web, the little web, for any of those who are not on the.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So thank you for telling me that. And we're going to hold that point, and I'm going to say a prayer. And so I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. You will have access to this PowerPoint, so you don't have to worry about remembering this prayer. And I hope it's okay that we're going to say God. But if you don't want to say God, you can just not say God. So what we're going to do is, this prayer is about releasing the energy that is not yours. And so you can pick your mother or your father, or if you weren't raised by a mother or father, pick a feminine energy or a feminine person or masculine person. So we're going to start. I'm hearing start with mother, if that's okay, or you can start with father if you don't want to. So imagine your primary caregiver or your parent in front of you. And we're going to call on the beings, your guides and helpers, and all the beings who are in charge of your ancestral lineage from that caretaker that you're calling in, and ask for help, because what we're going to do is, by releasing this energy, we're going to release all the energy that's locked in the ancestral timeline. This is a powerful exercise that is also part of the internal family systems, the idea of ancestral burdens. So imagine that you're calling your parent in, and you're just, if it feels safe. If it doesn't feel safe, then just put a ball of light around you, protection, and begin to imagine either a container that you're going to put this energy in, or a ball of energy in front of you, and just beginning the process of noticing, where's the fear, if there's fear located, where is there trauma, where is there in or on your body, where is their energy, if it's a parent, fathers are usually this heavy burden of responsibility. So, and that's oftentimes on the shoulders. So just feeling into whatever it is that you're holding of the parent that you've chosen to work with first. And putting that energy, asking your guides to help you, and putting that energy in either a ball of energy in front of you or in a container. And I'm energetically going to help all of you and ask my guides to help you. Sadness, fear, trauma, pain, suffering, sorrow, whatever it is that you might be holding. So when you're ready, just give it back to your parent or your caregiver. They're going to give it back to whoever gave it to them. And just imagining that you're bathing your whole ancestral lineage with light, bathing your whole ancestral lineage with light. And we're going to say this prayer: Mother, Father, God, Spirit, Source. And you can say it out loud, Mark. Say it. Say it.
If what I'm experiencing is not mine.
Mother, Father. Say it.
Mother,
Say it.
sorry. Mother, Father, God, Spirit, Source.
If what I'm experiencing is not mine,
If what I'm experiencing is not mine,
I ask that you put your shield of love and truth around me.
I ask that you put your shield of love and truth around me.
I release that which is not mine to its rightful place,
And release that which is not mine to its rightful place.
to be transmuted and transformed.
To be transmuted and transformed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And just imagining releasing it, sending it back, sending it back, sending it back. And the last person turns and gives it to the light to be transmuted and transformed. And one more time, Mother, Father, God, Spirit, Source.
Mother, Father, God, Spirit, Source.
If what I'm experiencing is not mine,
If what I'm experiencing is not mine,
I ask that you put your shield of love and truth around me.
I ask that you put your shield of love and truth around
And
me.
release that which is not mine to its rightful place,
And release that which is not mine to its rightful place.
to be transmuted and transformed.
To be transmuted and transformed.
Okay, taking a deep breath. And just thanking your ancestors, thanking your guides. And see if there's a gift that one of your ancestors wants to give you. May or may not be. And now thank that parent or caregiver. And now just invite your other parent or caregiver to come and stand, knowing that they'll be getting a healing also. And again, just noticing what you're holding that is not yours. Any fear, any trauma, any sorrow, any resentment of people that have money, any sense of struggle, putting other people's dreams before theirs, anything that they might be holding that's about money, about life, and about what's possible in life. Just giving it back to them, holding, creating a container to give to them, or putting it in a ball of energy in front of you, and asking your guides for help, all knowing that your ancestors are getting a healing at the same time. And so when you're ready, you will have the recording, so you can do this more and more time. May not be the only time, but just again, giving it back to your primary caregiver, your parent, and he or she can give it to whoever gave it to them. Again, bathing your whole ancestral lineage with light and healing and love and compassion. And we're going to say that prayer again. Mother, Father, God, Spirit, Source.
Mother, Father, God, Spirit, Source.
If what I'm experiencing is not mine,
If what I'm experiencing is not mine,
I ask that you put your shield of love and truth around me.
I ask that you put your shield of love and truth around me.
And release that which is not mine to its rightful place.
And release that which is not mine to its rightful place.
To be transmuted and transformed.
To be transmuted and transformed.
Are you muted? One more time. Mother, Father, God, Spirit, Source.
Mother, Father, God, Spirit, Source.
If what I'm experiencing is not mine,
if what I'm experiencing is not mine,
I ask that you put your shield of love and truth around me.
I ask that you put your shield of love and truth around me.
I release that which is not mine to its rightful place.
I release that which is not mine to its rightful place.
To be transmuted and transformed.
To be transmuted and transformed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So just bathing your whole ancestral lineage with light. And the last thing we're going to do now is just ask if there's anyone who has a piece of your soul, anyone who has a piece of your power, just call them in and take it back. And if there's any other people that you might have energy that is not yours, you're going to give that back to them too. And is there a gift your parent or caregiver would like to give you at this time? So we not only have burdens, we also have heirlooms. So if there's a gift that they want to give to you, then go ahead and get that. Okay. How's everyone doing?
I see people nodding heads.
How was that?
People are smiling and putting thumbs up.
Okay, cool.
Power.
So what we're going to do now, we've called on the angelic being in charge of your ancestral lineage, and there's probably some energetic remnants that are ready to be cleared and scrambled along the timeline. So for those of you who have a pendulum, you're just going to go ahead and use your pendulum to scramble and clear all the energetic remnants along your ancestral timeline going back to the source ancestor. It may go counterclockwise if that's how your clearing protocol is, or it may go clockwise. Probably most people go counterclockwise. So just go ahead, and if you don't have a pendulum, you don't know how to dowse, just set the intention. Call on your angelic being, know that we are not alone, we can call for help, and just set the intention that we're just clearing. So imagine cutting, if you don't have a pendulum, you're cutting all the cords, you're cutting all the strands, all the leftover junk that might be left from the energetic remnants that are ready to be cleared. And we can clear the time on both sides at the same time because we're so amazing. Is everybody pretty much finished? Yeah. You can go ahead and finish. So the last thing we're going to do is we've cleared stuff and there's a space. So you want to mute yourself. So what I want to mute yourself. So imagine something else, some sort of symbol of healing or of your ancestors thriving and flourishing, something that you're going to actually put in the ancestral timeline. It could be a star, it could be Marty Lucas loves teddy bears, it could be anything. So you're just going to fuse your ancestral timeline, and you can merge your mothers and fathers, it doesn't matter, because it's both part of your DNA. You're just going to merge your ancestral timeline and infuse some sort of a symbol in that. And you can use your pendulum if you want to just ask your dowsing system to anchor it in wherever it needs to be. So you don't need to know where to anchor it in, just anchoring it in. So has everybody done that? So the last thing we're going to do is just ask that this healing be updated. So just calling in your ancestors and guides, saying, I thank my masters, teachers, and guides, and ask that this healing be updated and preserved in all time and space, all levels, dimensions, realms, and bodies, and in my ancestral timeline. And my ancestral DNA. Okay, how's everyone doing? What? So I'll take a couple of shares. Anybody, maybe 2 shares, because we have 15 minutes left, and I would love to be able to walk you through connecting with money, which I know is a lot in a short period of time, but I would love to be able to do that. So let me take maybe 2 shares. Who would like to share? Just unmute yourself.
I'll share.
Okay, how is that for you? I don't see you.
That was good. Are you talking about the sharing part or this last process?
This last process.
The last process? That was good. That was good. I felt the energy of both my parents. And especially with my dad, I could see his pattern. And I was happy to be able to return that. And as far as the gift, he said you already received it with your daughter and your granddaughter.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, sweet.
Thanks, Lynn.
Yeah. Anyone else? Who else would like to share? No. Did I
I'd like
overwhelm?
to share.
Okay.
When I went into my father's energy.
That's Susan Pinkham.
Suzanne.
Suzanne, sorry.
Yeah. I saw something that I had never even noticed or thought about before, of how different my father's attitude toward money was than my mother's. And of course, I inherited my mother's, but I would really like my father's energy to visit me more.
Cool. So were you able to release your mother's?
Pardon me?
Were you able to release your mother's?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Good. Well, you made space for the other, so that's good.
Okay. Would people like for me to walk us through a meditation to connect to money as a guide? Yes?
Sure. Yes, please.
Yes, please. Okay.
Okay, so everybody that isn't muted, if you can
Yes,
please mute,
please.
that would be great.
Where do we purchase your book?
We'll put it in the chat. It's on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So this is a kind of a shifting gears now. And just allow yourself to take a really deep breath and close your eyes. And we're just going to go into a place of relaxation. And take another deep breath and hold it for a moment and exhale. And just allowing all the tension in your body to move out with your breath. And imagining a big wave of relaxation moving through your whole body. And taking another deep breath. And imagining another wave of relaxation. Moving over your whole body. Now feel the clothing against your skin. And imagine all the people who helped to make these clothes. The designer, those who worked in the factory that made the cloth, that dyed the cloth, that cut it and sewed it and packed it and transported it and displayed it and sewed it. All of these people brought their divinity to the marketplace. Thank money and all the people that your money touched so that you could be wearing these clothes that are on your back. Imagine the home you are living in. Many people brought their divinity to the marketplace to allow you to have a home for yourself and those you share it with, the builder, the carpenter, those that cut the wood, transported the wood, the numerous furnitures in your home. Thank all the people that your money touched. Now look around your home at the things you love. Imagine looking at your things you love that make your home comfortable and beautiful. Many people brought their divinity to the marketplace to create these things. Thank money and all the people your money touched. And imagine the food in your kitchen. Consider those around the world who helped to grow it, pick it, pack it, can it, or transport it. And all the people that brought this food to your kitchen, they too brought their divinity to the marketplace. Thank money and all the people your money touched. Now, take a few moments and allow yourself to apologize to money for any way you blamed it for your troubles, thought of it as bad, any way you didn't respect it or care for it or attend to it, any way you might have wasted or held shame around it. And now imagine that you're standing under a waterfall of light in whatever color palette that would be healing and cleansing it. Feel the light flowing around your whole being, clearing all the negative feelings you may be still holding around money or yourself in relationship to money. Imagine that the light is turning to a beautiful gold and you are infused with that golden light. invite money or your money guide to join you. As you do, imagine both you and money are being healed. That the golden light is helping money to wash away all the pain, suffering, sorrow that has been projected upon it, so that it can be freed. It too can be freed and be an agent for good, so that it can be an agent for divine love in the marketplace. As you stand under the waterfall, imagine that your money guide, money as guide and friend, is standing next to you. You may feel just a presence. You may see a being or a symbol, whatever it is that is yours. As you connect to it, you can feel its presence growing stronger and stronger. Is there an image, a feeling, a sound? In what way is money, your money guide, money as guide and friend, presenting itself to you? It is there for you, just as it is connected to divine source, connected to your divinity and your humanity. Invited to dance with you in life. As you sense into your money as guide and friend, ask it, what message do you have? How do we dance together? How do I deepen my relationship with you? Just taking a few minutes, knowing that you have all the time you need to feel into money as guide and friend, that you are healed, it is being healed, loving you, caring. And I will be silent for a moment so that you can connect in this relationship. And know that in any relationship, it needs your support and your connection and your caring. So let money as guide and friend know that you will be back and you will continue to grow your relationship. And thank it and thank yourself for gifting you with this opportunity. Just allowing yourself to come back to normal consciousness and open your eyes. So some of you may have felt something, some of you just see something, whatever it is that came. Oftentimes in the beginning, I only felt a presence. This was my image of my own money guide. So you may want to draw what you see if you want to. But anyway, So thank you. Any questions and comments before we end?
And I think we've got just 2 minutes before the official end, but if there are more questions, we can stay on a little bit longer as well. So if you have a question, just unmute yourself and go ahead and speak.
Or comment.
General comment, this is Leroy Bull. May 3rd, there's a wonderful.
It's very powerful. Thank you very much.
In Outside Magazine. It's online, outsidemagazine.com. It's free.
I think it's really good every time we write. We don't write checks very much anymore, but you give money, you realize you're supporting all these other people you don't think about so often.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
yeah. And Leroy, I'm not sure people could hear you, but maybe if you could type that information in the Q&A, then people have the link you just mentioned.
Type it in the chat, Leroy.
The chat I meant to say, sorry, the chat.
Any other?
There's a question in the chat for you.
So the question is, weren't we better off in an ancestral tribal society when we bartered, when we put value in what we bartered and there was no money?
No.
Can you say more about that?
So I just got done spending the whole hour talking about money as guide and friend, and that we could not have a barter system and have a global society. Money is not the problem. It's our relationship to money.
Yeah. So Gale, one of the things you tell people is that use cash, because one of the benefits of barter is it was very transactional and concrete, and we've lost that with credit cards and all.
Yeah, I recommend cash. Yeah. Anyone else?
So Lynn Forrest asks, how does this healing continue down our progeny?
How does what?
How does this healing continue down to our progeny? So we heal our ancestors. What about our kids?
Well, when you do this ancestral burden and you've unburdened yourself, that actually extends out to your children. So you can do the same thing with your kids, but you've done it, and we've cleared them. And if you go to my website, this is my book.
Slide.
Successwithsoul.com. There's this same meditation is on that website. Another meditation to help clear ancestral burdens is there. And so, and you can find me at Gale@successwithsoul.com.
Gale, thank you so much. This was really, really good. I don't know if you guys can hear me.
I can hear you, but I can't see you. I can't see.
Okay.
I'm gonna get out of.
Yeah, you're identified as user's iPad, if that was you that was just talking.
Yeah, you spoke before.
Yeah, I like to talk.
Okay,
there I am.
Now I can see people.
So very powerful, and I just want to let you know that I do hypnotherapy, and I really loved your approach, and I've done similar things to this. And they are powerful, and they have lasting, remarkable changes. It's like putting a little pebble in the water that goes outward. So thank you for sharing, because this is very healing.
Oh, you're welcome. Anyone else?
Okay, so maybe it's time to bring
question, if I may.
Yeah.
Hi, sorry. When we were doing the release work, I've always had my pendulum go in counterclockwise. And for some strange reason, it went clockwise the whole time. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Susan might, but so which release work? The scrambling,
Yes, yeah.
I don't know. So, I don't know. Sometimes they go clockwise and sometimes they go counterclockwise. Who knows why?
I could speak to that if you like.
Go ahead, Susan.
Yeah, thank you. So, we set our intent, as long as our intention is clear what we're trying to do, we don't always know what steps should be taken first. So, we think, oh, we should be disconnecting first and then bringing things in. But sometimes it's a different sort of balance. I always think of like an onion, that there's different layers to peel off, and sometimes it'll go back and forth, back and forth. So if your intention is clear, then trust your pendulum, really, to be doing the work for you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Susan. Anyone else? Okay. Thank you so much. It was a gift to be able to share this, and thank you for being on the call. If you, I don't know, how do people get the...
Yeah, so Gail, actually, you would have to put the file in the chat.
Oh.
So while Gail's putting the file in the chat, maybe we can give her a round of applause. She'll probably only hear my applause, but okay, lots of people are applauding.
Okay.
So that was really remarkable and very, very generous of you. If people have questions, a lot of the answers are in Gail's book, so you know how to find that. That's in the chat. You know how to get to her website. She's very accessible, and so if you have any questions that didn't come here, reach out to her directly. Then the other thing I want to say is that if you like this program, you know, of course, this isn't the last one. The next speaker, in fact, is Jamie Weston, who's going to be speaking on enhancing and protecting your biofield on Tuesday, May 18th, also at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So Gail, thank you very, very much. I'm going to try to continue some patter while you put the slides for the file in the chat. While you're doing that, maybe if anybody...
It's not going in the chat. I don't know. What am I doing wrong?
Yeah, so you hold on a second. You know what?
There is a file in the chat.
There is a file in the chat? I don't... There is a file in the chat?
Yeah.
Do you see it?
No, I don't see it, Gail.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a link, but we don't have a file in there yet.
There's nothing there.
Yeah.
It just says types of files, but not a handout.
Yeah.
Well,
so I'll tell you what. Let's do a little bit of magic here, Gail. Let's swap. We have very advanced Zoom capabilities here.
Gail, you changed.
Okay.
Oh, well, there's all these people I couldn't see.
Yeah. So Gary, well, where is the file?
It's down at the bottom.
Down the bottom.
So, while people are hanging out, anything else people want to share?
All the issues that we brought up that, you know, have come down through our family, but we could probably clear each one individually.
Yeah, but I like doing the big kahuna to clear them all at once.
Go. Here we go.
Okay, so the file is now in the chat.
Get to it.
And I'm going to declare this officially done and stop recording. But if people have questions or want to hang, and you know, we'd love to do that.
Hi, this is Teresa from Tucson Dowsers, and I just wanted